void expectations. Why I said void it. It's, you could dump it, you could forget about them, but we can't let go of something until we realize it's not working for us, truly. And that means what's working for you, that's what I call self-love, is really self-honoring. And because I don't love Terry, I don't need to love this person here. I am love. So the love I experience is the love that I feel myself. And then therefore stay in that state of love, regardless of where I am and who I'm with. Because that's being who we really are, rather than being jerked around by what's happening in the outer world, which the outer world is always the past that's obsolete. Because we're in the moment as being now. We are the now. And these are still just labels, but getting the experience of the power of who you are beyond the thinking realm. And this expectations that people have is what creates tremendous disappointment and upset, because we're making plans always for our future happiness and our future avoidance of failure, you might say, whatever those words, failure and happiness, mean to us, because we tend to, what would you say, have an expectation that says, oh, if things are all this way and this happens this way, then I'll be happy. Because you have to look at what is our motivation, what's your motivation behind everything and every action. And it's actually, we do it because we think it's going to make us happy and end our pain or end our suffering in some way. And remember, that's all in the mind, that's caused by thoughts that we've given meaning to. That means these words and these sounds and these symbols and these geometrics and shapes and such, which are actually looking into the fabric, in a sense, of the material realm. But yet that material realm is actually created from spirit in that sense. It's possessing the energy of the divine, the energy of the divine. So when we have expectations, it's like, well, I thought these people were going to be like this, and I expected that this was going to happen, and how come people aren't like me, and how come somebody hurt my feelings, and I was going to do this and it didn't work out, and my parents didn't really treat me the way I should have been treated, and my brothers and my sisters, it's on and on and on about how we think it should have been. Because if it was that way, then I would have been happy. Why don't you bypass all of that and just be happy now? Oh, no, you don't understand this, but where is it? Tell me, where is it? It's in your mind. It's an abstract, actually. Yes, it's a concept. It's a movie. It's a film, and you're allowing that to control you. You're how you feel and what you do and who you are and all your capabilities and qualities that are eternal with you, as you. So these expectations set us up to suffer. Because we're believing the only way I can be happy is when these people act this way, the situation's like this way, the world is like this way, the movie is this way. Take a look at all of what's being projected out in the world that's ugly and violent and nasty to people and cruel and all of these things. This is not human at all. It's not divine. It's not godlike. It's you might say that evil, the word backwards is live. So people are living in and we are life. So what is causing what we call the evil is for us to be looking to the outside and to the body, the five senses, to bring us happiness. When happiness comes from the soul and it's us in the act of giving, happiness comes from being what our nature is. And that's the thing, our nature is to serve. Our nature is to bring happiness and love and joy and prosperity to all. because there is no limit. The limitations are the limitations of thoughts and concepts that we have accepted as absolute. And that our happiness, our welfare is dependent upon our having X number of money, in the bank. What is the banks are the other side that control the currency, like a river that flows. And that's their function. But it's like we give the money the power of God. We give the neighbors the power of God. We give the mate, the children, the friends, the enemies, the other religion, and this and all that. And whereas the mind is going, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff and my expectations. No, you don't need expectations. You want to have certainty. And certainty is not dependent on anyone else, what they do or they don't do, because you look at what is you really want. You want to be happy. You want to feel good because you are good. But the mind says, no, you're not good. You're not good enough. You don't have enough. You aren't enough. There isn't enough time, money, energy, food. How come the mystics, the great saints, they could go, whoever knows, on breath, on the sunlight, in the physical body, because there was such a high vibration. But the lower we get in our frequency, our energy of the body, the density, it means that the mind virus that eats divine knowledge has taken away a person's right mind and given them the false mind based on fear. So people are controlled by fear. If you don't do this, I'm going to leave you. If you don't do this, you'll starve to death. If you don't do this, hey, don't do it. No. Because when we start giving our power away to anyone or anything else outside of ourselves and doing what we are told to do because we get paid for it or for any other reason, what you're doing is you're denying who you are. And that is going to manifest what you call your future. Because this, as I said, on the outside, in every way, is the obsolete, because it's the past concepts and ideas manifesting and expressing. Mm-hmm. And you are fresh in the moment. Drop those expectations, because it's all the right-wrong game. Well, I would have thought that they would have. I would have, if I had been them, I would have, and then I think they should have, and then you could have, then we'll all make rules for everybody that they all fit what we want, because we don't want any surprises, because we've got to have our 5 cents gratification, we've got to have power, we've got to be able to enjoy, when what we're really seeking, you can have no matter where you are. If you're in a hospital bed, if you've got 5 more minutes before you leave your body, wherever you are, that's where the power is. The pleasure is within yourself. The source of pleasure, real pleasure. And when you get a taste of that, you give up expectations. Yeah, you let people be the way they are, but you are who you are. Because that's all you ever really have control of. And when you do that, remember the story I told you once of a queen, and she loved to go barefooted. I do too. Except I got my socks on this morning. It's a little cold on this rock, but it feels good, you see. And she liked to walk everywhere, but she was getting thorns and stones in her feet and, owies. So she said to one of her people, carpet the entire country so I can walk barefooted everywhere. Well, they just made her a pair of shoes, you see. So you don't have to carpet the whole world. You don't have to make everybody be the way you want them to be so that you can feel good. It doesn't have anything to do with them. And that's the good news. See, it doesn't matter what's going on, what's happening around you, your work is within yourself, the pleasure of who you are. Yes.